How much lobotomy is left? It's going for a while, but I am also feeling the effects of burnout. I mainly want to just finish up the side quests and then do the midnight, and then we'll probably do something new. But there's a lot of just easy shit to do, and I just want to do them. The worst part about this is I don't know when I'm going to stream after this. I'm still enjoying this game.
Maybe. Lobotomy Corp 2.
That's not going to come out for like 2020.
I mean, you might be finished by the game by then.
I see it's been a while since I last been on stream. I haven't seen the sub icons. Yeah, I may have been cheeky with the stuff. Shin, I played Suikoden 2 on stream. No one fucking watched. And I've already beaten those games, so I don't care to do it again. Well, shit, everyone's 4 here. I should just fucking 5 them. Huh, interesting. Oh, has she trained so much that she's done EX mode? RimWorld Twitch integration. I almost don't want to stream RimWorld just to spite everyone that was telling me to do endgame research at the start of the fucking game. That shit is retarded.
What? How? You would spend like an in-game year just at the start just researching one thing. That's just ridiculous.
That you can't even reach.
Like, oh no, you just landed? Alright, now research.
Like, I know it's not, like, anyone specific, but I am straight up saying chat ruined that fucking game for my game for a stream idea.
No. You sounded really excited about, like, a Cthulhu-esque
I like the idea,
thing.
and then I streamed it, and a lot of people came in and just shat up the circumstance.
Duh.
And I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna research this fucking thing. Do you like Metroidvanias? Yep. What's your pitch? Give me your elevator pitch in 5 seconds. Have you heard of that 12-foot Metro... Lunar Nights? That
I think
one's
that's it.
kind of a hard sell in my opinion, just because fucking... I'm not a Toho fan.
Oh,
Hello,
someone's
Lo.
recommending Hollow Knight.
Don't be cheeky about it, I LP'd the fucking game.
Yeah. You can see it on his YouTube channel, so... It's a really good LP, you should watch it.
Yeah, that's kind of actually a good point. He wouldn't know that I LP'd that, because he only came here for Lobotomy Corporation. So fucking don't be cheeky about it. Let's see. Yeah, I think you need to get some instinct training. Alright, so I just want to blaze through the day just to get some shit done. But I gotta figure out how I'm gonna buff Instinct on Tallow given his armor choice. Thanks for the sub, Numina. Let's see. Yeah, really have no reason to do Big Bird. Wait, we have 9. Oh! Weapons and armor. I was wondering how we had 19 ego from A left tier. I mean, if we're just going to finish the day, I'm just gonna fucking do energy work. Let's see, he does need prudence work, though. Nah, well, yeah. Like, if we don't do good work on Firebird, he doesn't go into hype mode, so it's fine. Who needs attachment? I think Skippy needs attachment. Okay, play some of that game where you do things and stuff. Play Shining Force. Never heard of it. Dimkova, I'm from the other day. How's your late game with Rabbit QRFs doing? We're currently doing side quests right now, mainly because I'm trying to get everything out of the way before I even attempt this mission right here, because this is basically like a capstone boss tier. Comedy option, Odin Sphere, more seriously, Yakuza. I keep going back to Yakuza, and then it goes from, like, people vaguely interested to dead chat. I say do another round of Tangle Deep. I could do another round of Tangle Deep, because I think the Switch version actually patched out the gambler glitch. But also, I have a hardcore run saved on my like, going on my Switch right now, but the problem is the last level is grindy as shit in that if you're not a certain level, you don't meet the survival requirements necessary to fucking beat that. So I'm still just, like, punching through that slowly. I know I need to get good, but man, it's fucking tough. Do 2 research on giant mushroom and then call it just because that shit's a trap. Yeah, the ordeals are basically every single time you fill up this bar, you either get a meltdown or an ordeal. Meltdowns are basically like fix this or else shit breaks, or you get the ordeal, which is effectively a micro boss. Until you get to Dusk, where it's actually a boss. This is Hitman 2. I did that a long time ago. I think I did that a couple of years back, like 4 or 5, and as cool as Hitman was, I really can't see myself going back to it because I'm just not good at all at it. Like, I'm trash at that game.
I mean, the reboot too, but yeah,
if it's the reboot,
takes a while to play and get through because you gotta learn the map and then.
Oh, you don't have to do the map, learn the map. You could just play the fucking video game. Also, you're breathing in your mic.
Yeah, so I just had to adjust it.
Go back to your roots, Death Road. Death Road to Canada is kind of a fucking wound in my heart because my save data didn't transfer, and that's a lot of fucking custom characters and unlocked content chucked. So I'm bitter about that. Wizard of Legend is definitely an option. I might like do a couple runs of that. New No More Heroes. Yeah, I should go back to that, huh?
Oh, yeah, I could
a new Darkest Dungeon season kind of terrifies me because I'm 2 rebalances behind, but I mean, I could relearn the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you played... Was it their expansion you hadn't played yet on it either?
I played both expansions. It's just that there's a lot of rebalances that occurred.
Ah, okay.
have you done the way that Samurai is? Just 4. It was really good, but all I've really done is 4. That's some pretty good armor, actually.
I think Way of the Samurai 3 is on Steam.
Beautiful Jody. Yeah. You keep saying that, and I keep agreeing, and then I never do it. Which is not like a poke of spite in that regard. I'm just saying I'm really irresponsible about that. What was that? Low, there we go. Mushroom is still melting out. I know! The time, it's still cooling down. Well, like, don't worry. I have 90 fucking hours on this game. I know what's going on. I just had to wait. I'm also deathly afraid because, Ananapan may morph. Because I don't know how this fucking thing works.
Oh,
Do X-Pirates because...
X-Pirates.
Ah, yes! I'll get banned from Twitch for titty. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm. It's really good, but also not safe for streaming.
I mean, Jade got away with it for the longest fucking time, so you can stream it. But still, fucking, all I hear is, I want titty on my stream! Ugh.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I doing here? There we go. I hope that's not gonna trigger a ordeal. Yeah, that's valid, Atla. It's the one anomaly we haven't touched yet.
Yeah. Pt1 Hospital, heard good things about that, so could be an idea. Have you played the original Theme Hospital?
Nope. Didn't even play Sim Hospital. I played Sim Tower, and I've been constantly disappointed by how no one's been able to replicate Sim Tower.
Yeah.
I should stop poking the giant mushroom for today just because I really don't know if she's infected or not. That looks like 3 more work orders before I have to deal with the Dawn. Be a way to get rid of the worst art because other than that, X-Pirates has some interesting things about it. I mean, you could mod away the titty. That's just too much effort for me, though. Get us a fucking PG X-Pirates mod. That'd be great. The infected become mushrooms in the containment cell, so it's just a matter of there's no sign for it. If you fuck up, you are just a mushroom. What is this that Shin has linked? Pfft, shut the fuck up, Shin. Ah. Reciteer, I could replay Reciteer, honestly. I could totally do that. I could also replay Moonlighter, which lacks depth, but apparently they gave an update for it. You can work the same mushroom. You can work the same person on mushroom 4 times a day. So after the 3rd one, I have to swap out to a new one. Because I didn't really get that kind of vibe from the rules they presented. Where's the... What the fuck's happening here? Is there no... Is there no fucking... Did the visuals glitch out? Did one of these motherfuckers got cloaking? You could LP unepic. Oof. Oof, unepic. What a trash fire disaster.
I never got past the first couple of rooms of that.
I got
okay.
I got far and the writing made me want to die.
Yeah, it seemed like the writing was probably the worst bit of it.
I mean, I appreciate all the recommendations. It's just I'm also kind of fucking picky. Oh, no, 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 don't waste a bullet. Fuck. Is that, and done. Play Subnautica. You can blame TPR for me being disinterested in that. Dungeon Man's or Cultist. I did get gifted Cultist Simulator. That could be something to poke at for a while.
It's getting the same theme, I want to say, as this, with the cultist stuff, so.
This is Ever play Adventure Manager? I don't think so, but I've never heard of it either. Particular list of all the ego gifts arranged by slot. I mean that's great, but I don't really need it. Right now, at this point, I'm just kind of going through the motions. Time Spinner is a good game that's unfortunately published by Chucklefish. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it was just a moment of like, I tried it out and just forgot about it. Like, Time Spinner's had a good vibe to it. But also, it's kind of like, wanted to play other games at the time.
Oh, yeah, you did play a bit of that.
I am actually too curious as to why so adamantly against Chucklefish. I don't exactly know what they did, so I can't comment on that.
Was that the Terraria, or what's that Space Terraria one?
Starbound.
Yeah, I think they're the Starbound people. Well, yeah, Stardew Valley was just one guy that made everything.
And then Chucklefish published them.
I have no idea why people like don't self-publish on Steam. So, I guess it's just
so
PR
Starbound
marketing.
So it was a Starbound scam. All right, I can see why that would cause some derision.
Yeah, I remember the Kickstarter on that, and I don't think they completed like even half of what was promised.
Did Chucklefish also publish Terraria, or was that a single dev? Like
it was a single dev. It was
because it seems like the Terraria incident is unrelated to the Starbound incident because Chucklefish didn't technically do Terraria.
They're just similar games, I think.
Oh, they're exactly the same games. It's just a different coat of paint.
No, you see, Terraria was the original one that's good and still getting updates. Starbound
they're still
was
the fucking same game.
Yeah.
They're still wannabe Minecraft copies that are 2D, rip sprites from fucking Final Fantasy V, and don't really have any depth to them. They just kind of do shit. And I never liked Terraria.
Alright! Let's go. Let's start with the story. Terraria. is a good game made by good people who have a weird fascination with yo-yos. The bad thing about Terraria is that it started off just having a bunch of rip sprites from Final Fantasy V, which I mean, I guess is a good one if you want to pick one, Fiesta, but then they had to go actually draw sprites, and they hired a lot of people to do art for that game. One of them being the guy who founded Chucklefish later. T-I-Y, whatever, fedora wearing asshole, want to punch him in the fucking nuts. Anyway,
Wow,
Terraria was a
we are
very good game.
aggro tonight.
It's a hot topic for me. Mind you, there are a total of 2 publishers I don't buy games from, and those are EA and Chucklefish. Now, back to the business. Terraria was a good game. It got very popular because it turns out at the time everyone liked Minecraft, and Castlevania and Metroidvanias are always good, and it's Metroidvania Minecraft. That's free real estate, baby.
That
But
sounds like a fucking pipe dream, but go on.
it's a good game. It's worked really well. Have you ever played Terraria?
Oh wait, never mind. I thought you were saying Starbound was the Metroidvania of.
It is, because it ripped off Terraria, but I'll get to that. Now, Terraria was a very good game. It went on a lot of updates, but once it got very big, one of the lead art designers, this guy TIY, said that he's going to break away from that project and make his own, which was Starbound, which was essentially billed as Terraria in space, because it is in fact Terraria in space. And it's a very pretty game. It's got very good art because their entire team that he went on to do is artists, pretty much. That said, when they went on to go into new thing, they started a Kickstarter for this game. They had a whole bunch of promo art for it, a whole bunch of like demos and stuff for it. But it was a very pretty game, as I said. Their whole team was a bunch of artists. They got a whole bunch of artists on their crew. And when they finally got to making the game with this hugely successful Kickstarter, they didn't fulfill nearly any promises. You remember, fun thing, that game was supposed to be out of beta in, I believe it was December of 2013. Like, it was supposed to be a full game by then. And let me go look at Steam. I don't think it's on their list of recent updates, but I want to say that Starbound came out of early access like a year ago. Let's see. Yeah, who knows? It sucks. But essentially what happened with Starbound was the first thing they did was they said they were going to do a bunch of early access stuff. And they did a little bit, but the game was very boring and bare bones. It's got a lot of procedural generation, and while I'm a fan of procedural generation in games, without any structure, it's just a toolbox. Like how every item in Terraria is actually a static item. They're randomly generated with names and stats and all that in Terraria, in Starbound, but essentially it's just a few swords and a few guns at first. Then with all of this money, they decided that these people were going to get together, buy a studio in London and move there. And now they have a headquarters in London they work from, which people were against because they really didn't do shit yet involving a game, and they're out buying real estate instead. And like a bunch of fucking kindergartners, they get over there and start working. And then they proceed to do very little. Over the course of several years, again, this is like a 4-year process of them going through stuff. They very rarely update the game. They put them in unstable branches constantly. And I think the only real updates you see to the main branches are 6 months to a year apart each. And usually when they do an update, they end up getting rid of prior systems because they said they want to go in a different direction. Now, they had a lot of things they said they were going to do in the final versions, and they didn't until the very final version. I will say, they barely scraped by the promises they made on the Kickstarter by putting them in at the last second. And the thing is, before that, they opened up the modding shop, right? They opened up the Steam Workshop for people a long time ago. All of the things they promised were things that were just made by modders who were sick of waiting that they threw into the main game. So they didn't do shit. The game is still very bare bones, and I'll say that it can be fun if you mod it. There are some very good mods for the game.
I must interrupt in saying that Stardew Valley was not made by Chucklefish. It was published by them. They put the bill for that. One man developed that. Chucklefish only put down the bill.
I'm gonna get to that, but the truth is, the guy I'll tangent for that. The guy who made Stardew Valley is very good. However, he also had to get published by Chucklefish, and he said that he's not. Even one thing when people asked, he's not allowed to say what their rates are or what cut they take, but it's supposedly very generous for publishers. And they offered to help him with the net code, but they offered to help him with the net code for multiplayer. But I want to point out that for all the content that was there on release, for a game that was made in several years, but even then had some quick patches for content. The multiplayer, which Chucklefish was helping him with, took what, years? Not years, but year, something like that. It took a very long time because Chucklefish can't do shit for shit. They're a bunch of fucking babies, little assholes. But back to Starbound. Now, even the final version, everything was very bare bones, and they did not rectify a lot of very big problems with the game. There's still very little variety in weapons. All the procedural general planets are still roughly the same thing. I mean, you're going to find dirt, maybe purple dirt, but it's still dirt. And they did put a story in. They put an actual, like progression in, but it unto itself is also very bare bones and is just a series of missions with some NPCs in them for the most part. Even the final boss is not great. It could have been better, but it's again very bare bones. There's not a lot of content past that either. A lot of the game, the devs say, hinges on you building, and while building is fun, and if you're an artsy type, you can make good looking things because it's a very pretty game. It doesn't have the same amount of content as Terraria, even compared to how much time Terraria's been out compared to it. It just has so much more to do. It's more of a game, and that's because Chucklefish went ahead, took the money, and ran. And a very large portion of the amount of money that came from that Kickstarter went to moving all of their team to London, setting up a publishing company instead of doing the fucking game they were supposed to. And then anyone who called them out on it got banned on their forums. They had some really harsh management on their forums, and they would not respond to community things at all. People would call them like a hug box constantly, or an echo chamber. And they said, well, so what if it's a hug box? We like hugs. That was their response to it, I shit you not, because their community manager is terrible. I recall myself, I was talking about these problems at once on the forums when it was a very young game. I was on the Chucklefish forums. And at one point, when the game was very new and someone said, I don't know if I want to buy this, I want to look at it first, TIY, the guy who heads this whole thing, says, go ahead and pirate it. If you like it, pay for it. If you don't, uninstall it. So years later, someone asked the same question on the forums, and I quote this guy, go pirate it. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, uninstall it. And then they banned me from the forums for quoting the guy who made the game.
God,
I bring this up, and they say just because he said it, you can't. So I'm not very happy with this. But I look into it further. The game just continues to get worse, and even now, when Starbound is officially released, they just kind of abandoned it for the sake of publishing, and to make the game good, you have to mod the shit out of it. Now, I'll admit, there are some good mods. It can be a fun game if you put mods in. But my fucking god, if those people aren't scummy assholes. I will say I do own, and I have played through a great volume of Stardew Valley. That's because I didn't buy Stardew Valley. Someone gave that to me. As a result, I do not want to buy anything from them. I don't want to support these people in any way. I want them to die a slow economic death, wherein they lose all relevancy, and everyone realizes that they just want to be that Chucklefish just wants to be Devolver, but they're really shitty. Not as funny as Devolver, and don't put on good shows at E3. In short, TLDR, fuck those guys in particular. So you like playing a game or something?
No.
Oh wait, is this a new day plot that we haven't seen yet? I think so. I don't think we've seen this yet. Oh no, we have. This is the one where she just reveals that we keep committing suicide and then come back to the circumstances.
Well, I see you actually posted in chat. That's new.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your spiel.
Oh, okay. And yeah, now I see that now, looking at it myself. In defense of Chucklefish, Darvin, no, Stardew Valley was a thing that they took advantage of. That was them trying to use a very good game made by one naive person who hadn't made games and published them before. How to take their money. I hate them.
This is some spoiler stuff. Yeah, a little bit. Would highly recommend, if you don't want spoilers, watch the 90 hours of streams.
No spoilers. Jump into the pit.
Yeah, jump into the pit of fucking months of content. Ah, Hakma. So, interesting thing. Apparently, her earring is not supposed to be some kind of skull. It's apparently a key. I don't fucking believe
It's
it.
an earring. I mean, it's a key. It's a key ring. It's a key ring. Ha ha!
The sun, moon, cloud, it was a world of light. And then you broke the low force, and then the low world was plunged into oblivion. Lived with an incomplete heart, holding onto the void. A 107% void heart. Fucking man. Hollow Knight is great, but it does take a while. Eternal loss, welcome to the internet. I was looking down on your struggles, standing at the top of the world. Not only you, I've seen many other struggles. It was no less futile than a bug's wriggling. All I had to do was just step on them a few times. Early, some of them clenched their teeth and climbed up, dragging their broken bodies. It looked like it would be a delightful trail. I sipped some tea before I took off. As you can see, the... Oh! Hello. You knew how to break one's mind behind besides a gruesome torture or use of violence. Memes is how you broke someone. Were them people or AI from the get-go? They're still people. Believe it or not, the thing that alters our vision perceives them as humans, but they are in fact claptraps that are filled with meat.
Yeah, the meat bots.
Why are you standing there looking like a prisoner just like me if you believe in justice? You who avoided my dying gaze.
I believe in justice.
Do you believe in Justice, the hot new game from the Yakuza team?
Ooh, baby. Hey, maybe, you know, it's just nothing doesn't come off, and maybe you can, like, LP Neo or something.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I should get on that.
We'll call it The Last Samurai.
Oh, man. Like,
no, I'd call it the whitest samurai, you know.
The first weeaboo.
that other samurai, Shikiro, is also coming out.
Yeah, Sekiro's coming out, and it's coming out, like, to PC and everything else, so I'm actually pretty hyped.
Yeah, man. You know my favorite samurai, Shikiro O'Neal?
The gateway to everyone's river. I'm starting to see where the translation of this game starts to fall the fuck apart. Because this sounds
Luckily,
like
it's not until far in the point of the game where no one will be able to play or watch.
we're only
90 hours into the hole.
Only no sane people down here will get to this point and realize, man, I feel sorry for the people that tried to write this game and got conned.
Man, the only people who will get this far into this game are people who claim to be really good at it but died as SCPs.
Little money. Still the funniest fucking thing about Final Fantasy Tactics.
Wait, what was the funniest thing? I'm sorry.
At the beginning, when they were describing the plot, at one point the text goes really fucking slow to spell out little money.
Oh yeah, no, that I play that. I like to replay that game a lot. And the beginning text scrolling at the pace of a geriatric toddler, somehow I understand what I just said. That kills me every time.
Oh, what the fuck's happening here? There's nothing left, for he's abandoned everything of himself long ago. To him, things like remains of the past, the pain of the present is not important. He only sees the future. Oh, we got ourselves a blank shell of an employee. It'd be cool if...
intern?
Yeah, one that you shot. She brought her back, and now he reads the future.
I can see the future!
Oh no!
It's gonna be midnight later! I knew that!
Gohan's gonna be the most powerful person in the universe and does absolutely nothing!
Doesn't do shit!
Goku's second kids are gonna fuse and be a dickbag! I preempted tiger brows.
I love it.
That's the best scene in the whole goddamn series. Now I just kind of want to mod the game where we forcefully inject a portrait for the employee here, and it's just the fish dude that Bardock kills.
Yeah, we would have a field day with that.
Ooh,
I can see the future.
She can see
Blame
the
Dr.
future.
Scott.
She can see the future now because she has like a fucking eye cover over her face now. Look at that texture work.
Yeah, that's a good one.
People should not make eye contact with a drawer. I'm sorry?
Drawer?
Yeah, drawer. Like, you know,
You
drawers.
just said it funny. You just said it funny. You said drawer.
Oh, you know me.
Like someone who creates purple elves.
That being said, I still like this crazy bitch. I think she's great.
I think she needs to stop shopping in the Matrix, but otherwise she's okay. I still like Cheesed more though.
Oh yeah, Cheese is top tier, man. Cheese and fuck, what's the green guy's name? Those guys are great.
Nietzsche. And Nezach.
Yeah, Nezach. Do you know what these pillars hold? Unreadable language, according to you. Also, we don't really know much about Cogito, aside from the fact that it's a substance that gets injected into people.
Meth.
Yeah, exactly. It's that shit I made in Graveyard Keeper.
You know, I didn't watch Graveyard Keeper at all.
It was basically me seeing just how much of a monster I could become, but yeah, the gameplay was so...
My favorite game, Mildew Valley. It's not that, it's that I probably wanted to play it myself at some point.
Hopefully you didn't see the ending.
No, I didn't.
Good.
Would you recommend playing the game?
I would recommend it, but just realize that the journey is way more fun than the destination.
I mean, yeah, that's the point of a video game. What?
Some people like endings. They like focus everything on the ending, and when the ending is shit, people hate it.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but it depends for me. I don't really care about the ending. I can just YouTube it usually, if I really need to. But the only time that's been an issue was in Mass Effect, and that's because they hyped up the ending so much.
Yeah.
That was on them.
I would say that Graveyard Keeper could do with like either a side tab or like an embedded wiki that would just give you the recipes on a whim. I hated going back to a workbench to see a recipe, to go back from my underground workbench to my overhead above
overhead workbench.
Yeah, my
where I
overhead
work on my overhead.
where all my supplies are. Then I bring it right the fuck back, only to realize I missed the supply and just fucking hate it. Speaking of Harvest Moon games, Rune Factory is apparently getting a sequel and a port to the Switch for 4, I believe, so I'm kind of interested in that.
Oh. Yeah, Rune Factory is pretty nice.
I really don't feel anything, Bina. This is like the 5th lap I've been in. I'm hoping it's the last lap, but we'll see. Complete a day with maximum... Oh, fuck. Oh, no. That's really bad.
Yes.
That's really bad, actually.
That is good.
Because we have a lot of artifacts here that I do not want to touch.
Isn't that kind of this game in general? I don't want to touch it, but I gotta touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, yeah.
I think you're almost there. You just need mushroom and flesh idol. I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure I have at least 4 unobserved things. Let's review. Let's review. Fully explored, fully... this one? Yeah, fully coolly. Yep. 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 A spoiler's over. Yeah, I think plot's done. Yep. You missed everything, Demkova. There was blackjack and hookers.
And I got my gun back. I shot a bunch of interns.
It was crazy. I'm gonna need that gun back, Atla, by the way.
Then one got back up and was like, I can see the future. I'm gonna get shot. Then he got shot.
Nailed it! That one's complete. Prophecy of the Skin is... Prophecy of the Skin is the most unnerving sounding thing.
Well, you don't like skin?
No, I love Skin, I just hate it being prophesized. That's a really weird sounding thing to
What
say.
do you love about skin, Iowing?
I love Skin. It's so soft to the touch.
Maybe you got some of that nice skin. Some of that high tier skin. Okay, now it's starting to sound like Fortnite. Whoops, I went in the wrong direction.
Okay, I don't know how Fortnite sounds like that, but that's worrying if that's the case.
I think that it has skins that are paid for. I don't know. I don't play that shit.
Yeah. How about some nice pudding skin?
I could go for that.
Yeah. Actually, I think.
Yeah,
it's,
this is the one that I was worried about. Because I don't know the time limit
this
of...
is...
Do you know what that does?
I think the longer you use it, the worse shit gets.
That's a very specific way to say you don't know what the fuck it is. Still gotta research this thing. That's the one that's gonna be worrying. Oh, is this not done?
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the bunker, the prophecy, the painting, and the prince.
Yeah, well, that
How do
sounds
you-
doable.
How do you research this? Because the gimmick of this is you view the painting, just have the same person to... Oh. Shit, is it really that easy? Fuck.
It's like you overthought it or something.
Well, given some of the fucking gimmicks in this goddamn game, would you fault me for overthinking it?
Yes.
Well, then you're a piece of
mean-
shit.
You've played this game 90 hours. You know everything about it, Highway.
I do. Fuck you.
Overthinking the most insidious trap of all.
I just love the sound of Highway indignantly accepting his own shortcomings.
I like to call it spitefully accepting.
It's the same thing. I just used a more fancy word.
You need something more esoteric.
No, don't
Shut
use that
up.
word. That's a perfectly cromulent word.
I used cromulent for a while until I got bored of it. Esoteric, though, never gets old.
I'm always esoteric and never cromulent. What?
Those aren't foods. What are you talking about?
I don't even know what those are.
No, it's probably food. Anything's a food at least
Motherfucker.
once.
Motherfucker! I just want to reinforce my employees, god damn it.
Now that's a sound I like. Highwing chanting motherfucker.
So when did this become a J stream?
What stream? Japanese stream? What?
Yes, Japanese stream. With how much fucking ramen Jade eats, he's probably like...
Oh, Jade. J-A-D-E. I just thought you said the letter J.
No, this is a K stream.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
I mean, he's played this game for 90 hours. I think he knows the origins of the game.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. It's just so easy to pick this low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
This low-hanging Quiplot. I can never pronounce
What?
it.
Cliff-off.
Yeah, Clip-off
Clip
fruit.
off, yeah.
But for some...
Clip-off!
I know why. They emphasize the I in Devil May Cry 5. That's why it's fucking with me.
Let me just set my camera on my Clip-off.
Shit.
So how have you been playing in the Devil May Cry 3?
I've been certainly playing the Devil May Cry 3.
I know you have. How have you enjoyed it?
I like it, but also I'm realizing that, man, I don't know if it's just me, but Dante's really fucking hard to play compared to Nero.
But he
and
has
V.
the best weapon in the series. Did you get the best weapon?
Are you talking about the hat, the fists, or the pole?
What the fuck do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know. But yes,
Highwing.
I did get the hat.
The option to beat people up with a hat exists. Of course, it's the best option.
They flat out give you the hat, and that intro is just that intro. You sit there and you think, really, man? Right the fuck now?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah, the motorcycle chainsaw is one thing, the fists are one thing, but one is beating people up with a demonic cowboy hat.
Okay, who do I want to throw to the flesh idol? Because if I remember right, flesh idol does rainbow damage.
And actually, I like playing V the most in that game.
V is interesting. He can still be super
Different. He's different from everyone in the series. That's why I like playing him.
Let's... I wish I had like a stopwatch or something nearby. I am having frame drops. What is happening here?
What's happening is that you suck.
Oh, hello there.
My internet is dying. Hello?
I figured I'd drop in while I'm doing something dumb for Bobbin at the moment.
Have you been playing Devil May Cry 5, Torpo?
I have not because I don't have money, but god damn it, so help me when I do have money.
I just got done building a PC finally I've been working on this thing for like a year and a half and it's done on my end. I should be playing it, but instead I'm dumb and said I'm going to go play Path of Exile instead. So here we are.
To be fair, Path of Exile's real good.
It is. It's like Diablo 2 if it was good.
Damn, you're right.